Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the electric cathedral of speed, the heart-pounding crucible of track and field, the one and only Hayward Field. Take a deep breath. Can you feel that? It's not just the crisp Oregon air, it's the palpable tension, an atmosphere so thick with anticipation you could carve it with a starting block. What we are about to witness is not merely a race. No. This is a symphony of explosive power, a brutal and beautiful chess match played out at speeds that defy human comprehension. This is the men's 200-meter final at the United States Championships, a battle so fierce, so loaded with talent, that making this team is arguably a greater feat than winning a medal on the global stage itself. The men standing on that tartan track are not just athletes, they are modern-day gladiators, sculpted titans of the sprint world, each with a story, each with a claim to the throne, and each willing to push their body into the deepest recesses of the pain locker for a shot at glory. Before we delve into the monumental clash awaiting us, let's set the stage, because the narrative threads weaving through this final are as complex and compelling as any great drama. This isn't just about who is fastest today, it's about psychology, legacy, and the brutal reality of a sport where you are only as good as your last fraction of a second. The storylines are so rich, the rivalries so intense, it's precisely the kind of content we live to dissect and celebrate here at Zap VIP. If you are as passionate about the raw power and intricate strategy of this sport as we are, then I implore you, become part of our tribe. Take a moment to hit that brilliant like button. Share this incredible moment with your friends who need to witness greatness, and most importantly, subscribe to Zap VIP. We are dedicated to bringing you the most in-depth analysis, the untold stories, and the pure, unadulterated passion of world-class athletics. Your subscription fuels our mission to elevate this sport to the stratosphere it deserves. Now, let's get back to the titans on the track. In one corner we have the challenger who has worn a crown of invincibility all season long, Kenny Bednarek. Kung Fu Kenny they call him, and for good reason. His season has been a masterclass in consistency and dominance. He has been undefeated, untouchable, a picture of serene power as he dismantles fields across the globe.
Strongly as well, and in fact Kenny Bednarek has taken a metre out of zone. As used around the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No. Here goes Kenny, away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993.
He possesses a devastating combination of a powerful start and the strength to maintain his form through the grueling final 50 metres, that agonising stretch where lungs burn like wildfire and legs turn to lead. Bednarek has been the benchmark, the standard, the man who has calmly and coolly answered every question asked of him this year. He runs with a quiet confidence that borders on unnerving. He's not here to make a statement. He's here to collect what he believes is rightfully his. He has seen the supposed vulnerability of the champion, and like a patient predator, he is poised to strike. And then, in the other corner, stands the emperor himself. The showman. The reigning, defending, 3-time 200-meter world champion, Noah Lyles. A man whose name is synonymous with this event. He is the artist.
The strength is on terms with Noah Lyles. These two side by side down the home straight here. Lyles going to the arms. Lyles trying to hold off. Let's see later about it, and he does it. What a way to return to the circuit, Noah Lyles.
The emperor himself. The showman. The reigning, defending, 3-time 200-meter world champion, Noah Lyles. A man whose name is synonymous with this event. He is the artist of the curve, a sprinter who runs with such beautiful flowing mechanics that it can look effortless, masking the ferocious power churning beneath our eye. But this season, for the first time in a long time, the aura of invincibility around Lyles has seemed penetrable. He's the world champion of the 100, a spectacular achievement showcasing his improved start and raw speed. And of course, the 3 200-meter world titles on his resume as well, a feat that places him in the pantheon of legends. But the 100-meter champion this week, a different beast entirely in Christian Coleman, enters the chat. Let's not get confused. The man who just won the 100-meter final here, Christian Coleman, the pocket rocket with the most explosive start in human history, is also in this 200-meter race.
Well, really good start there in lane 3 from Simbine. I thought Baker got left a little bit there, and certainly Prescott's having a tough race. Going brilliantly, though, is Coleman. Look at Coleman, he's a metre clear, a metre and a half clear. And look at the clock, 9.78 for Christian Coleman. Well, it was but a hiccup in his season, that injury, which took out the belly of the season, the middle of the season for him. I said he was fresh. He won in Birmingham in 9.94, 12 days ago? 11 days ago, and here he is now, winning tonight. So impressively against a great field. Baker had a terrible start.
He blazed a staggering 9.79 to win the 100 earlier this weekend, and I don't care. Believe I'm going to say this, but I think he's the favourite over Noah as we start here today. He is more raced. He is undefeated, full of confidence, just set a 100-metre personal best, and oh yeah, Noah got a very late start to his season. This creates a fascinating dynamic. Noah Lyles is the king of this domain, yet he arrives at this battle with questions swirling. His season has been delayed, his race is sparse. Is he in peak form? Can he summon that otherworldly top-end speed that has so often been his salvation? Many would say he looks vulnerable, but to underestimate a champion of his caliber is a fool's errand. Noah thrives on the grand stage. He feeds on the pressure, and he possesses a champion's heart, an unquantifiable element that so often separates the great from the legendary. He knows what it takes to win when everything is on the line. He understands the psychological warfare at play. He isn't just racing the men beside him. He is racing history. He is racing expectations. He is racing the ghost of his own past performances. And let's not forget the other sharks in this water. Another guy who's already made the US team at 100 meters, but looked impressive in his semi-final, Courtney Lindsay. Here is a man running with house money. He's already punched his ticket to the global championships. The immense pressure of securing a spot is lifted from his shoulders. And he too has lots of confidence because he's already made the team in his weaker event. He runs free, with nothing to lose and everything to gain. That makes him incredibly dangerous. And he's in lane 8, an outside lane where he can run his own race, blind to the chaos unfolding inside of him. I think that's going to be a problem for both Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek in this race as a result. He can just focus on executing his race plan, running the curve hard and slingshotting onto the home straight with a full head of steam. Look at the rest of the field that, oh, by the way, also includes the third member of that 100-meter squad and the fastest man in the world at 200 meters this year. Let's call him the Phenom, Mr. McCallum of Tennessee, and he's in 5. Yeah, I wasn't as impressed by his semi-final, but he's a gamer. He showed us that in the 100, and the world leader is definitely going to be a factor in this race. He holds the fastest time on the planet this year, a time that proves he belongs in this conversation. He represents the fearless, new generation, unburdened by past battles and ready to claim his own piece of history. The question for him is one of composure. The semi-final might have been a wobble, but can he deliver under the brightest lights surrounded by the sport's biggest names? This is the ultimate test. If they can't beat Noah here, as we look at Noah's mom, a permanent and reassuring fixture in the stands, her face a portrait of hope and nerves. If they can't beat Noah here, just starting his season and not really looking like the Noah we're used to, I don't think they have much of a chance when we get to the global stage, when we get to Tokyo. And a reminder, Noah doesn't have to run this final. He has a bye into the World Championships as the defending champion. So why does he choose to do so? Because I think he wants to get quality reps, and when you're Noah Lyles, the only way you're going to get really quality reps is by running against people who can potentially beat you. He craves the fire. He needs the test. It's like a prize fighter taking a tough tune-up fight, not because he has to, but because he needs to feel the heat, to sharpen his instincts, to remind himself and the world who he is. Well, he's got a guy who can beat him behind there in the blocks. The US Championships for these men is about the best competition you can find before you head out on the global stage. This is it. The men's 200 final from Hayward Field. The silence descends. The world holds its breath. The one thing that Kenny Bednarek cannot do in this race is leave it late. He cannot afford to let Noah Lyles hang around, because Noah's final 80 meters are the stuff of legend. That's why you see him going right past the world champion Noah Lyles. Kenny explodes from the blocks and attacks the curve with ferocious intent, making up the stagger on Lyles within the first 60 meters. But now he has to hold everybody off, including Noah. Bednarek comes off the turn with a slight lead, his form powerful and driving. But out of the corner of his eye, he must sense the presence, the ghost in the machine, the champion. Noah Lyles tries to reel him in. Lyles finds that magical gear, that fluid rhythm that no one else on earth possesses. The gap closes, meter by meter, stride by powerful stride. Lyles slightly ahead, and looks over and says, "I'm still the world champion." A glance, a gesture, a moment of pure psychological dominance. And a little bit of a push there at the end as the rivalry comes into view. He's still the man. He's gonna stop because he's only fastest time in the world this year. Noah Lyles, coming into this race, had only run 1988. Kenny Bednarek had been undefeated. And yet, Noah is still able to run him down. That's a huge psychological advantage that Noah just gained here. It's like, okay, I know everybody thinks I'm vulnerable. I know you guys have been watching Kenny Bednarek be undefeated all year. Guess what? I am a 3-time world champion for a reason, and yes, Kenny Bednarek got the better of me in Paris. This ain't Paris. That was impressive. And the little look over and the little discussion after is to make sure he asserts his dominance. Oh boy. And the crowd reacting to that as well as they see it in the stadium. Oh boy. I love it. He didn't just win the race, he won the mental battle. He sent a message to every 200-meter sprinter on the planet. The throne is still occupied. The emperor has not abdicated. He reminded them that on the day it matters most, in the cauldron of championship pressure, he is still the master of this domain. What a spectacle, what a performance, and what a statement. This is why we watch. This is why we love this sport. This is Zap VIP. Thank you for joining us.